Hello guys, the DB Grounder here, back at it again with another video, and this time we have Pier 555 with 1,474 rating versus Giovanni Carupi with 1,258 rating. So this is going to be another high rated DB video, and let's hop right in. And then we're going to see Giovanni win the rock, paper, scissors, shoot, so they're going to get to decide who goes first or second this match. And then looking at the deck counts, we can see 40 versus 43. And then we are going to see Giovanni decide to go first. And then looking at the opening hands, we have Terraforming, Hanger, Desires, Silver, and Phantasme. So for going second cards, we have Phantasme, maybe Terraforming, because you could Terraform and go add Mystic Mine. I guess we'll find out. And then they have Brotar, Quick Launch, Nocto, Ravine, and Abs. So very good that they went first because they opened no going second cards. And going first is a pretty strong hand. So they're going to go ahead, normal summon Brotar, go into Striker, and then Striker 1, Nocto 2, and Phantasme is going to be saved until it can Skull Dread. And then go ahead and add Boot. Then remove those, go for Seal, Nocto, draws in the Driver. Wonderful. And then they're going to activate Ravine, discarding Abs to go ahead and send Rocket Synchron, and then Abs effect to go grab Tracer, and then they're going to activate Boot. Boot effect, summon out Tracer, and then Tracer effect, pop Boot, bring out Recharger, and then turn that into LP, turn Tracer into Striker on that summon, drop Phantasme. Drop Phantasme on the summon. Wow, they draw a Nib Ash, so they can nib the board, and then Seal effect to summon Ash. Very solid, very good. And then, I guess we won't see if Terraforming's a going second card. And then they're going to go LP effect, Chain Nib, go ahead and tribute off the board, pass over a token, Seal, Chain Ash, and then Quick Launch, bringing out Tracer. So they're probably going for like a Striker into Brotar maybe. And they're going to go turn those. You can't go into those. This takes 2 dragons, including a rocket, and the token is a rock monster. I don't know what they're saying there. Oh, alright. Means that they caught it, so that's nice. That's nice. The token was an attack, right? I don't know. I don't even know how much attack and defense this token has. It has like 2,000 or 44, and then should just be 18 defense. Unless if I'm missing something. Striker, it's always good whenever you drop Nib to write down the stats of it. So you don't have to do it later on when it's much harder to do. Then they're going to Striker into Recharger, bring out Brotar effect. It's going to go ahead, discard Driver. And they switched it back to attack. And then go grab Levy. And then special summon Levy by banishing some darks. And then they're going to go ahead and use that effect. And that's going to smack Desires out of hand. It's not going to hit Hanger because it's Pier. So it's going to hit Desires. Rolls a 3 and hits B. Alright, fair. At least it didn't hit Hanger though. Hanger was obviously a card that they did not want hit out of that hand. They draw Called By. And then this is just game. Like 100%. Like they're out of strikers. They're about to go for ABC Buster. And then summon B, Hanger effect. That's going to equip Driver. And then Driver effect. That's going to equip A. A effect to unequip. And then go ahead, link those into a gadget. And then they're going to get B and A. Add back B off A. And then add C off of the B. And then gadget effect to go ahead and special summon out C. Battle phase, C attack Brotar. And then Platinum Gadget to attack Levy. So they're going to take 14. And then effect, summon out Silver. Silver effect to go ahead and summon out B. And then go ahead and link. Okay, so they're also going to use Levy. So they're going to go for the Underworld. And then they're going to get B effect to go ahead and add B from deck to hand. And then activate Desires. That's going to go ahead and boom. Banish 10. And then draw into Desires into Prosperity. And then also has Soldier. I don't think they're going to drop that. I mean, they don't really need to. Looking at the banishes, we see another Prosperity. Then we also see a Soldier gone. I wonder How many desires and how many prosperity are they playing? Is it like max 3 on both? I don't know. And then banish ABC, bring out ABC Buster, effect, that's gonna out token. And then set. They could have also just used the token. Or I guess you can't, never mind. You can't use token to make this. Oops, sorry. Yeah. So they did that right. You can't use token because it takes effect monsters. So that's why they use Levy and then get rid of token. I was going to say, why didn't they just use token and then banish Levy? But it's because they'd be cheating if they did. So also, I've seen so many Dragoon players lose to this card because the opponent will be like IP effect and they'll be like, yeah, no response. And it's like, well, boom, Underworld out Dragoon. It's insane. I've seen it happen so much. Not recently. It's been a little while, but happened a lot. They draw on the quick launch, and that just does nothing. Yeah, they admit defeat. So now going on to game 2, we are going to go ahead and see the Dragon Link player decide to go first. Looking at the opening hands, we have Droll, Nib, Solid, B, A, and Hanger. And then, B, A, U. I don't know why. For a second, I was thinking that this was going to spell bun. Like buns. But have to obviously have like the U there and then an N over there. I don't know. But if you look at B's first letter and then UN, that's bun. And they have White, World Legacy, Rocket Synchron, Seyfried, and Gamma. Oh, the Gamma's going to be so good on Droll. And then they're going to go add Tracer. And then drop Droll, drop Gamma. And Gamma's so good in Dragon Link turn 1 compared to other decks because they can actually capitalize off of it a lot. Like they're going to go for Pepega Ruler here. Pepega Ruler effect, go ahead and mill 5. And then they're going to add Seyfried. And then they also have Chaos Space effect now. So free draw later on. And then World Legacy Guard Dragon, bringing out Seyfried. Go turn that into a Striker Dragon effect to go ahead and search Boot Sector Launch from deck to hand. And then go ahead, turn those into a Seal. And then special summon out White by banishing Striker, and then turn that into an LP, and then they're going to get... What? Yeah, they just forgot White effect to go add Black. Okay, I mean, White go add Black, that seems pretty free, and then, like, later on, this can get banished, Chaos Space put back, and then get a free search, a free draw. Alright, they forgot, fair enough. I mean, it happens, it for sure happens. Their Chamber, go add Tiding, and then turn Chamber into a Pisty. Banish a Light and Dark for the Pepega. And then Chaos Space, put back White, draw into Recharger. And then Pisty effect to bring out Chamber. Then they're going to go ahead and get rid of those two to make Romulus. And then Romulus effect to go add a Ravine from deck to hand. And then they're thinking, or I think that they're thinking. I don't even know what language this is, to be honest. Then they're going to go on Appaloosa, and then activate Ravine. Now, I've had a person before. I made Appaloosa, and I was like, alright, pass. And they were like, put the counters on Appaloosa. And I was like, Appaloosa doesn't gain counters. And they were like, do it or I'm not passing turn. Or I'm not, like, making it my turn. And I was like, what? And I was like, the card just doesn't gain counters. Like, on DB, if I'm, like, not paying attention, I'll put the counters on it. But if I'm paying attention, or like if it's real life, I just don't put counters on the cards. Like that's a lot of work. I mean, it's pretty easy to keep track of how much it has. And if your opponent needs to know, they can just ask you. It's not like they can't ask you. I don't know. And then they're gonna Ravine, discard Tiding, go dump Levy, and then Seyfried to grab Levy. Then they're gonna activate Boot over Ravine. And then boot effect to go ahead and summon out Tracer and Recharger from the hand. And then Tracer effect, pop World Legacy to summon out a Synchron from deck. And then turn those into Savage. Savage effect, equip Romulus. Summon Levy by banishing 3 darks. The Levy effect. Oh, this is going to hit A. This is going to hit A back to deck. Oh, I'm so good. I'm so good. And then they're going to go for Hot Red. That's kind of, it's definitely worth to get rid of like Savage in that, because now you can play around a Dark Ruler. It's a negate anyways. Also, ABC can chain block pretty easy, and this card like helps deal with that. So I definitely think that was the right play to go to. And it's not like they could put Pega Ruler instead of Savage because they've already went through it. And then pass, draw B. And then they're going to activate. Oh, I missed it. There was B and Hanger next to it, so I had the bun set up. And then they're going to seal, bounce Hanger, and then seal, bring out Brotar. Brotar effect, that's going to discard Seyfried. Yeah. I guess they just wanted to hold Nib until like Savage effect, but everyone's just making Appaloosa now. Appaloosa is definitely a solid card. And they even forgot like to go add black. They definitely forgot stuff that game. Yeah, they like that turn 1 was for sure messed up. And then I don't know, Pier just never dropped Nib. Nib is weird versus dragons because of Appaloosa. Without it, you could just hold it until they do Savage. But since Appaloosa is really popular, it's pretty much in everyone's deck list now. Makes Nib a lot more rough, for sure. And then the drop Droll, and then they had Gamma. That was also very rough. And now moving on to game 3, we are going to see Pier choose to go first. And then opening hand is A, set rotation, Ash, B, and Droll. So this is good. Has Hanger. You know, it's Pier. They see Hanger every game. To be fair, it's like a lot easier now to see it than it was before, because now they're on Desires and Prosperity. But we'll have like setup plus like Astral. And then they have Quick Launch, Seyfried, White Dragon, Gamma, Chaos Space. So not bad. They have a Gamma going second. And then they're going to set rotation, giving them Silent Universe and giving themselves Hanger, and then activate Hanger. That's going to go grab C, so they have ABC in hand, and then summon C, Hanger effect. That's going to equip Driver, and then Driver effect to unequip, equipping C, C to unequip, and then go ahead and turn those into an IP, and then C1, C2, and then they're going to chain Gamma. I guess that's fair, because otherwise they just like CC summon like AB, and then like that's Appaloosa plus ABC Buster, and then you won't really have any point to Gamma again that really is like impactful. So I guess that makes sense. And then bring out Driver. And then one of the C's are still going to resolve to bring out the B from hand, and then go ahead, turn those into a Unicorn. And then they're going to get B and Unicorn. That's going to shuffle back Gamma and go add B. And then banish ABC, bring out ABC Buster. And then go ahead and pass. Also, like, they didn't know that like they already had like AB in hand. So I think that Gamma was definitely good. Yeah, because like if they didn't have like good stuff in hand, they could have just like not ended with ABC Buster there too. So I think that was actually well played by them. And then pass, draw World Legacy Guard Dragon. Wow, this is definitely not a bad hand, especially for it being over 40. They're gonna quick launch, bringing out Tracer. And then they're going to get rid of that for Striker Dragon. Striker Dragon effect to go ahead and add Boot Sector Launch from deck to hand. And then drop Droll and Lockbird there. And then activate Silent Universe. And then they're going to go ahead and Silent effect, put back Droll. I feel like you would Silent Universe, put back C, right? I feel like just like getting rid of like one piece, like I don't know. I feel like that's more solid than putting back Droll. Maybe I'm wrong though. But I would have personally put back C there if I was in that position. Activate boot, and then boot effect to reborn from the graveyard. Turn those into a needle. Needle effect is going to activate Chain Ash Blossom, activate World Legacy Guard Dragon, bringing out Tracer from the graveyard. Normal summon out Seyfried. Because I haven't normaled yet, they started off with the quick launch. And then go ahead and get rid of all those for the Appaloosa. And then special summon out White by banishing Striker. And then make LP. And then this time they're under Droll, so then they can't search. Imagine like if they weren't under Droll and they just didn't know that this could search black. That would be crazy. But they're gonna go LP effect, Chainlink 1, ABC Buster Dragon, Chainlink 2, target Appaloosa, Appaloosa, Chainlink 3, and then ABC Buster Dragon, Chainlink 4. They can't negate because it's once per chain. And then they're gonna go ahead and summon back. And then they're going to get LP effect to go ahead and summon out Rocket Synchron. Then they're on that summon. They're going to get Hanger effect to go ahead and equip A to C. And then go for Pisty. Pisty effect. That's going to bring out Tracer from the graveyard. And then Tracer effect, pop World Legacy, bringing out Recharger. And then go ahead, turn those two into a Quad Boral. Quad Boral effect, pop itself. It's not like they can pop this because they made IP with it. And then go ahead and summon back. And then turn those into a Pepega Ruler. And then Mill 5. They are under Droll though. This is a you can effect. If you read it, you can excavate 5. And if you do, you can add 1. If they could, adding Lancia there would have been incredible. Obviously, like, stopping the ABC Buster Dragon next turn. And, like, access code. And desires, or prosperity. It's a lot. And then, like, Lancia turn 1 against this deck is even more insane. Because it can stop Driver, which, you know, they're always going to Hanger, Peace, equip Driver, and then you can Lancia. And it's very solid. Then they're going to go for Hot Red. And then Pepega Ruler to go ahead and bring itself back. By banishing a Light and Dark. And then they're going to Hot Red, attack over Unicorn. And then Hot Red effect, a special summon back out a Tracer from the graveyard. Appaloosa, beat over A. A effect, they're negating. Pepega Ruler, attack C. A effect, they're negating. And then they're just going to go ahead, go to main phase 2 and pass. Yeah, this just wasn't that crazy. Like, at all. And then pass turn, draw Nib. I mean, they did beat the board. They did have, like, Ash, ABC Buster, Droll. Like, you know, if they put up, like, 4 negates through that and, like, wipe the board, that would be kind of insane. Not even kind of. That'd be really insane. Because, like, it was, like, Droll is, like, a whole turn lasting effect. ABC Buster is a banish. And then Ash is just a solid hand trap. It's not like crazy, but like it's solid. Then they're thinking they're going to go ahead and get rid of those for Nightmare Phoenix. And then B effect, Chainlink 1, Phoenix 2, targeting boot. They're going to chain Hot Red to negate Phoenix. And then they're going to go ahead and add A. And then normal summon A, Hanger effect, equip B. And then they're going to banish ABC from graveyard to bring out ABC Buster. And then get rid of those for Cerberus. And then they can go ahead and get those effects, A and B, add A, and then go add C. And then get rid of those for an access code effect, gain 2000 attack. And now they have a Fire, Earth, and Darken graveyard. And they still have an ABC Buster left. And they have like the pieces for it. And then they're going to go access code effect, pop Hot Red, access code effect, pop Boot, access code effect, pop Tracer, banish ABC. You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? If they sign at Universe, put back C, they just wouldn't have one engraved right now. You know, I'm not saying that I'm the greatest player to ever live, but I'm definitely implying it. I don't know. I feel like just putting back Droll was weird. And it ended up coming up here too. And then summon, effect, banish hot red, and then beat over the board. And there's no coming back here. Like, this is very rough. I remember I went to a regionals before with ABC one time. It was like a week before Zoo came out or something like that. I had almost no testing with the deck. I think I had like one strike, one D barrier. My list was jank because I just didn't have everything. And every single game that ABC Buster Dragon touched my field, I won. Card is definitely nice. Even like, I think it's like 5 years later, or 4.5 years later, the card is still very solid. Not a bad card. Like, it's a interruption, and then it summons back out 3 that go do more. It's not bad. And then, like, they have, like, Chaos Space draw for next turn. It said 43 for Talker. Yeah, it only gained 2 counters. And then pass. Well, this is another card that just doesn't gain counters. If you look at it, it says you can target and then just gains attack. People put counters on a lot of things, so just like make it easier, because like if you're not paying attention, you can end up messing up. Chaos Space, that's gonna put back Pepega Ruler, draw into Chamber. So now they have Chamber Quick Launch. They are going up against an ABC. Summon Chamber, effect, go grab Tiding from deck to hand, and then link off for Striker Dragon. Striker Dragon effect, that's going to target itself in Recharger. And then they're going to chain ABC Buster Dragon here to get rid of Striker. Is there a reason? I guess they don't want to have them bring out Tracer. But even then, like, what does Tracer do? I mean, like, if they bring out, like, Quad, then you can just banish Quad. So feel like that was a little weird. And Recharger can only summon back out like Darks, by the way. If like you look at the Darks in graveyard, maybe they just are afraid of Tracer. I don't know why they would be though. I guess it's because like if they bring out Tracer, then you can't ABC Buster Dragon get rid of it, because then they can just affect the tag out and they still have something for Tiding. Alright, yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. And it's not like their one card in hand besides Tiding is going to game you through this, because you're going to get Affect the Tribute to summon back out anyways. So, yeah, fair enough. I like that play. Then they're going to go ahead and pass. They're going to leave this on board. If they Tribute off, then they've gone through all 3. Draw Ash Blossom. They're just going to go Battle Phase. They could have also just Access Code, Banish IP, and then pop 1. And even if you hit like Tiding and like, oh, okay, Tiding, bring out Chamber, okay, beat over, game. They're going to go ahead and quick launch. And then they're going to chain ABC Buster to hit the back row. I feel like, yeah, again, like you're kind of forced to do it there. Wow. Because if you don't, then they just bring out Tracer. And then if you go to beat over, they can Tiding, target. Oh, they just let that resolve and then attack for game. And if they chain Tracer to pop, then you can just go ahead and banish it. And then just attack for game. I guess, like, no matter what, like, you're just attacking for game. Like, they're obviously not winning that game. But, yeah, that was a solid match. How long was that match? I feel like it was a while. It was like 34 minutes. Wow. I don't know. That kind of felt more like a 50-minute long game to me, but alright, 34 minutes. They must have been playing pretty quickly. Gotta respect that. In real life, being able to play quickly definitely comes up a lot, as time is one of the most important factors in the game, especially when it comes to like deck building and everything. You want to make sure that your deck can actually win when time comes. If you play a very slow deck, I don't know, just throwing a random deck out there like Guru, then it can be pretty hard. You know, your deck doesn't really burn in time. compared to a deck like Dragon Link, where this deck can go Scarlight. If you interrupt it, they can go Scarlight again. I don't know. There's been a lot of meta decks that can do damage too, especially if your deck can just like Link Climb. I mean, this deck could do it too. Like turn 1, they can go from like a Link 3 to a Link 4. They could just go for a Gave Dragon, and then that would even put a difference up on life points. It's not hard for decks to really get a difference on life points. Most decks, at least. For like slow control decks, it's definitely a lot harder. But for decks that are like more combo, they can do it rather easily, I feel like. And even like certain decks have like cool ways to do burn damage, like Virtual World. They can go Blackwing Nothing effect. We never really got to see that card because, the entire time Virtual World has been a thing, or was a big thing, just wasn't real life events with real time rules. So we never really got to see that card in the extra deck or the side deck. Which does suck, we miss stuff like that. But it happens. So we saw that the match was about 34 minutes long. And with all that being said, the DB Grinder signing off. Peace. Have a nice day.